It's been a minute, but I'm here. um, so let's get into it, huh? This episode is a catch-up, reintroduction type of thing. I've been gone since like March. It's now August. So there's been a lot that's been going on, taking place. And I'm just here to catch you up and update you on everything, what's been going on these past couple months. I'm going to try to get back recording a little bit more often, but it's kind of been a lot going on. Well, not so much a lot, it's just I'm refocusing, I guess you could say. So the last thing that happened was, last video I posted was about some things that were going on in my life, just a little update. I had talked about an issue that had happened with my dad, and the crazy part is, as I was recording that last video in March, I had received a message from my dad that wasn't really too pleasant. So ever since then, it's kind of been, still rocky, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Also, I had just a recap of everything. If you haven't been following or, seen any of the other episodes, I did an episode talking about, I did a 30-day challenge, so I was updating on that. And that challenge was to have a smoothie a day, a green smoothie a day. And I felt wonderful. I didn't continue it, which I should. I should continue and get back on it. Now that I'm working again. That's another thing. I did get a job. A couple of videos I posted, I spoke about I had lost one of my jobs back in December after walking away from one for personal reasons. And it just was a lot, So I was down so since December, I didn't get a job till the end of May. So I was out of a job for like 6 months. And that was kind of the hardest thing because I was like catching cabin fever, and it was just, I didn't have anything to do. I was ready to work, and then the way life unfolded, with me getting a job, we'll get into that too. What else? Recap. I think that's just about the gist of everything that I had going on. So let's get into it. The first thing from the last video, situation with my dad, what's been going on that kind of spearheaded everything for me moving forward is that I've been experiencing some mental health issues with my dad. I don't think anybody really wants to acknowledge it, especially him. But he knows that there's something going on, that he's not, that he needs medication for it. But I just think nobody's taking it as seriously as it should be taken. And I think because I'm the only one that's taking it as serious, that's why it affects me the most. At least I feel like it affects me the most. I mean, my older sister definitely catches some of it. But I live in the same city as him, and it's been a whirlwind. So basically, we got into a physical altercation. From there, he had sent me a text message back in March. Basically threatened me to pay his medical bill for the issue we had got into. I didn't respond at the time. No, I think I put like a laughing face or something like that. I was not trying to be petty, but it was just like, this is a joke to me. Like, this is a joke. So anyway, fast forward till now, there is a situation where we had a family reunion, and I went to one of the events, and he was there. We didn't really speak. We did hug. He said he loved me, everything like that. But then right after that, I get a text message from my sister, which was a text message from him, basically how it was perceived for me. Like, you was trying to dog me. You were trying to make it like I was just this disrespectful person and whatever else, but none of it was the truth. And so what I did was I responded in a message. I didn't curse at him, but I was very direct in what I said to him. And basically it was just, we're not on good terms, clearly. But my thing is, don't be one way in front of me and then want to go talk about me behind other people, especially because you're my father, like, that's not cool. And so I just let him know, like, don't talk about me. If you really feel that I really did you wrong, and that I just eliminate me, because I don't talk about you in the sense of trying to start a conversation as far as what he did to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what you did to me. I know the facts of it, and it's just, I just choose not to deal with it, Like, I just choose not to deal with it. I talk about it when something happens on his behalf, and that's it. But I don't sit here and just be trying to dog my father. I don't do that. But anyway, from that, I've been on this mental health, I guess, kick, where I want to create more awareness, because, like I said, with my experience, nobody really takes it seriously. And I think it needs to be taken seriously, because people are affected by it, and the people who are family members of people who suffer with mental illness are affected by it. So what I did was I did volunteer for a docu-series. I did a little interview talking about it. When I get more information on when it will be released and everything like that, I will let you all know. But it's by a group, it's called REDEFINEBLK. One of my high school friends is in that, and she's, they're trying to create awareness for a lot of different things, and one of them was mental health. So I spoke candidly about that as much as I could, and from my experience, what has been going on. So like I said, when I get more information on when it will be released, what's going on, I will update you guys on that. What's next? Oh, we got to talk about music. I didn't say that in the beginning, that was on the list, but we're going to talk about that really quick. My music, I really wanted this channel to kind of like get me into, an introduction to the world, everybody to see me and get into my music. You see the keyboard here. We'll talk about that keyboard in a hot second. It's funny because it was from my dad. But it's been very difficult for me because I'm starting from nothing. Like, I literally have nothing. So I kind of put it on the back burner, or not so much the back burner, but kind of redirecting of where I want to be in the music, because I feel like I'm getting to a point where I don't necessarily want to be an artist. Like, I just love music. I want to be in the environment of music. So whether that be writing, or backup, whatever, I don't know, just like, I just love music that much that wherever I step into, I'm sure I'll like it. I'm sure I will. So I'm just kind of taking my time with that. We'll slowly get back into that. I did start getting myself I got myself into my church choir. After several requests to join, I finally did that. So that's kind of helping me as far as vocal training, because I haven't sung in a long time, and the chops ain't what they used to be. I think that's another reason why I'm more focused on maybe like managing or artist development type of things. Everybody loves my voice as is, but I just know there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to rush anything. Whatever happens, happens, This keyboard, though, was from my dad, and he fought me on giving it to me. But I was like, I need to learn. And would you believe, when I got it home, it stopped working. Okay, I just was like, God shows you funny signs, But anywho, the next thing was me being out of a job. A lot of people experience unemployment at some point. For me, it was kind of a difficult thing because I was out for 6 months. Before having a child, I wasn't really too pressed about losing a job. But now that I have a kid, that's very important that I be able to take care of my child. And luckily, I have a great support system from my family, his father's family. So it wasn't, things got taken care of. Things got handled. But for me personally, on my end, it was just like a backlog of things. Of course, the bills started piling. I was looking for a job. I had filed for unemployment and was getting it for a little bit. Then a whole appeal situation happened and I ended up losing it. So I owe, it's just craziness that was going on. So that was, another worry added to me because I thought I was going to at least have that income to help me. I do get child support. It's what it should be. So I don't press on getting anything more. His grandmother, his father, they get him shoes, they get him clothes. He's been over there all summer, so it's been working out okay. So as far as he goes, I know that he's good. It's just that me personally, I didn't feel good about it. So being out of a job that, really took a toll on me. As far as, like I said, the bills were getting backed up. I think my water bill had got to almost $400. Light bill was getting backed up, and I couldn't really request any assistance with the utilities. It was just a holdback situation to that. But, I was doing the best that I could. I had a car note to pay that I couldn't pay. But finally, I decided, you know what, I'm going to just take my butt to my church and see if they could possibly help me with something, Went to the church and filled out a form. I took my light bill, and when I got there, they asked me, was there anything else that I needed taken care of? I mentioned the water bill, but, they give a limit on how much they give out. So I told them, I was like, that's why I didn't submit it, because it would have been well over. And they were like, we'll take care of it. So water and lights were paid. And I'm thankful that I, have a church family and a church home to go to that looks out for their people. Like, they really do. Imani United Church of Christ here in Euclid, Ohio. It's the best. My pastor, Michelle Humphrey, she's amazing. Okay. But that really lifted my spirits. And then the person who's in charge of that ministry, as far as helping members of the church, he was working somewhere, so he gave me his email and everything like that. I had applied for a job and everything like that, so I was just waiting to hear from something. That he was looking out, keeping an eye out and everything like that. This was early May, somewhere around in there. I decided to sign up with a temp agency, and when I signed up with the temp agency, they called me with a job opportunity. It was the perfect job, the perfect pay, I guess you could say, for at least coming from where I came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was amazing. So, the only thing was that I was worried because it was a temporary contract and everything else. But when I got to the interview and sat down and spoke with the manager, she told me they were trying to hire, like, it's temp to hire. And so she was like, just work, just do a great job and you're good. And so basically I was like, thank you. Like, everything just happened right on time. Like, having my bills paid up so that I was current, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a zero balance pretty much. And to walk into a job to be like, you know what, now I can take care of next month's bill. The only thing was that I miscalculated on how far behind I was on my car. And I'm transparent. That boy got repoed. Yeah, they came and got it. They came and got it. And that was my Yoda, but they came and got it. But it was so crazy because when I started the job, I had informed my trainer, I was late to work because my car was gone. So I called, let them know I was late, and I was kind of worried because I'm a temp and they don't really take taking off and all of that too kindly when you're a temp. So I had called an Uber, went to work, explained it to my trainer what happened, and she was like, you know, if you need a ride home, I'll take you home. So she was giving me rides home from work. So I didn't have to worry about that. Um, I just so happened to talk to another coworker and told her what happened. And she was like, oh, well, I have a truck sitting in my yard. It's been sitting there. It's not in use. I mean, it still runs. If you want to come take a look, I'll sell it to you. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, hell yeah. So I went, checked it out. It was good. The only thing was because it was sitting, I just needed to crank the battery. But other than that, it was good. So I now have a vehicle. Like, literally, I lost the car June 14th. July 3rd, I was driving. So I give that to God. Like that, the way things just started, a domino effect, like from the church on, like church paid your bills. All right, now you have a job to maintain your bills. Okay, you lost your car, but you have people at this new job that are going to help you. Like, you can't tell me that wasn't God. Like, how do you just walk into a situation, a new situation, and be blessed? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful right now. That's all I can say. What else has been going on? So the job. I want to try to get myself back on another challenge, another 30-day challenge. I've just been working, making sure that I work hard so that I can, you know, make sure that I'm at a place where I'm good, so then I can start saving. I started getting myself into a bankruptcy process, which a lot of people don't like to talk about, or, you know, there's like a negative thing over bankruptcy. However, at this point, I don't have anything out here that requires needing my credit, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to apply for a credit card. I had that, done that, and that was horrible, okay? It was horrible. I'm not doing that again. You have to really, 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 really be diligent with that. Like, you have to be on it if you're going to have a credit card. So I suggest if you are late on paying your regular bills, don't get one, okay? Don't do it. My personal experience, because that's me. If I'm late on regular bills, so I'm late on the credit card bill. Like, it's not a good thing. So yeah, I'm in the process of doing that, and I just want to have a clean slate. I'm not trying to apply for nothing. I have a vehicle now that doesn't require a car note. Like, I'm paying my coworker off for the vehicle, but it wasn't what I was paying for my car. I'm pretty much paying. No, that's not the right way to say it. Because of the increase in pay, I am able to pay just about the amount I was paying in my car note. I can pay her a week, okay? So just keep that in mind. I'm not telling you how much it was, but I'm able to pay that to her in a week. So I will be done paying this car off at the end of this month, okay? But the title and everything's already transferred. So basically, I don't have a car note, essentially. I don't have a car note. I don't have a mortgage. I don't pay rent, okay? So I don't require anything that requires my credit as of right now, aside from like student loans, but they don't really do all that. That's more income based and stuff. So I'm going through with it. I'm trying to clear all of this stuff up off of me. I'm only 29, okay? So getting all of this off of me by 30, I'm good from 30 on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get myself in a position to just be good and stable. I'm going to work, making sure I get to work on time, making sure there's no issues. I do my job. I work overtime. You know what I'm saying? And it's not mandatory. It's voluntary. So I can come and go as I please with that overtime. And I just, was asked, and this time I was just asked, would I be doing any? I will be. I will be back doing my overtime, okay? Okay. But, what else is going on? We talked about music, mental health. Just putting this in the air. There's nothing finalized or set yet, but I am working on a mental health awareness event. I plan on having it next year in May. When I looked it up, May is the Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm going to try have an event that month. And it's also my birthday month, turning 30. I want to do it for my 30th birthday. So that's in the works too. So once I start getting everything finalized for that, I will update you guys on that, let you know when that is. If you're in the Cleveland area, I would love for you to come out once we get everything together. Mental health, music, job. I guess we could talk about what the plans are for the future. Right now, I'm not really making too many plans. My thing is that because I get overwhelmed very easily, I start overthinking a lot of things. So I'm trying to take a plan at a time. And that plan is like a short plan. So my plan now is, because I'm still a temp, I'm working hard to make sure that I get hired in. And so the plan is once I get hired in, my job will pay for school up front, not reimbursement up front. I plan to utilize that, go to school and, you know, actually maintain going to school, because that was the issue before. I would do good and then I would fall off the bandwagon. But now I'm in a place where my son will now be staying with his father so he can go to school. I had him for a year going to a certain school, and now his dad wants to put him in another school. So I said, okay, you know, he can go from there. So I'm going to utilize that time that he's away during the week to knock out what I got to do. So I can, that will help me focus a lot more, at least this year. You know what I'm saying? Get as much done in this school year, in his school year, that I can for myself, so that when he does return home, we're, you know, I'm in a good place where I can, like, okay, I can keep going. So that's the current plan right now. I do have plans for trips. On the trip list, there's a lot that I put on mine. Puerto Rico, Trinidad, because that's where my family is from. Family's still there. Where else? Oh, I found out that Atlanta has a carnival, like a Caribbean carnival, every year. And I never knew. Like, I don't live in Atlanta, but I have people in Atlanta and friends in Atlanta. So it's just interesting to find out that there's an actual carnival in Atlanta. I'm trying to make that. You know, my ultimate goal is to make it to Carnival in Trinidad, but I could go for Atlanta right now, see what they're working with, see what they got going on, you know. I could definitely do that. I want to be in the parade and everything. I want a costume and everything, so I'm going to try to work on that. What else? Where else do I want to go? Puerto Rico, Trinidad, Atlanta Carnival. Essence Fest is in the air. Like, I want to go, but it's not like on my list as pertinent to go to, but it's just something that I want to do. What else? I think that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this going a little bit more. I might have to spread my episodes out. Before, when I started this, I had an episode just about every week or so, every other week or so, something like that. And then, well, I have four or five episodes. So something to that effect. But it might not be as frequent just because I'm trying to get myself, you know, get my priorities together, get my life together. But I'm definitely going to be touching base and coming in. We are definitely going to be having some more episodes kicking up. I want to invite more people. I think people are starting to come around being comfortable on camera and stuff like that now. So hopefully having guests come on. I do want to give a couple shout outs to Fried Intellectuals. They are a podcast, a group of people that I went to school with. They are funny, and it's just ratchet conversation. If you enjoy some ratchet conversation, but in a good way, we talked about a lot of things then. I mentioned my mental health awareness thing in that interview as well. So I will plug them for you guys. Again, that was Fried Intellectuals. Who else? Definitely have to shout out my uncle. He's my Uncle Junior. But he is Ricky T. He does fitness training in Brooklyn, New York. He hosts free classes. He posts about them. And the crazy thing is not a lot of people go to the free classes. It's free, y'all. Get your free workout on with an instructor. I'm just saying, he was a bodybuilder and everything. So he's really up on it as far as taking care of your body and eating well. I try to go to him for some help sometimes, even though I don't listen a lot of times. Sometimes I do. But that's just being a lazy person sometimes in me. Who else? REDEFINEBLK. Want to shout out my friend who's in that, Stephanie. She has a blog, and her Instagram is Vision Board Living. And I believe that's the name of her blog, too. I will have everything in the description here. But she's such an inspiration. I just love watching her posts and love reading her blogs. Like, I kind of live through her a little bit because it's like, if I didn't have a kid, not blaming, but if I didn't have a kid, I probably would be trying to live the life that she's living. Like, that's where I seen myself going. And I probably could, but, you know, different circumstances. And who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Yeah, if not, I'll plug it later, if I am. But that's all I have, you guys. I will see you later. We will definitely get back to sipping. I just wanted to touch base on update. But other than that, you guys, I will see you more often, okay? And I hope you come and visit me more often, okay? Follow me on all social media at Tashana Cherise. That's at TISHANACHERISE. Tashana Cherise. Of course, it's on the YouTube name channel. But you know, for my folks that don't like to read everything on the page, because I'm one of those. So that's why I'm only saying something. Have a great day, guys. See ya.
This is your girl, Joanna. I'm the Daily Cup of Joe on Instagram. And I'm Stephanie. On Instagram, I am Vision Board Living. So we're working on creating this awesome docu-series which talks about the African diaspora and many issues that are very taboo. So issues like mental health, incarceration, relationships, and also masculinity within the family structure, among many others that we all have come to know. Like I said, a lot of these issues are taboo, or we don't speak very often of them, and they're not put in the forefront, and we want to bring light to these issues.
Lego.